There's also a lot of places that are poisonous. Hood River, Oregon is one of those places where the police protect the bad guys because the police are the bad guys. But they've learned how to talk nice. At least they talk nice while they violate your rights. On the bright side, I made me a sign and it says, "I will leave town for $100. I need a fan belt. I need to get some coolant. And I don't need power steering fluid. It would be nice for parking and for taking off, but other than that, no, not really. As long as it's in motion, it turns easy enough. I hate mosquitoes, and I should have brought a long sleeve shirt. Anyway, I'm gonna go down by the ice cream shop and set up, hold my sign, and see if we make $1 million. I made enough to fill up my gas tank, and that's a good start. Unfortunately, I don't know how I'm gonna replace my disability income. I gotta do something. Here's the thing about these guys refusing to do their jobs. They're dragging it out, which destroys my ability to have resources. The thing about Meg is that she never should have been the one to do that. She's a coward, and she's an idiot. She needed to record everything that she did on my behalf. That's what she's supposed to do by law as an advocate. She is supposed to record it. If I request that she do it with me, she's supposed to do it with me. If she's not able to do it with me, she's supposed to record it. In several of the instances where she had permission to do things on my behalf, it was to set up appointments, to set up a meeting or a conversation between myself, her, and a lawyer. Instead, she, not knowing jack shit, because no matter what I sent her, she didn't fucking look at it. And that's a big problem. How can you advocate for me if you don't know what the fuck is going on? That's stupid. That is stupid. When people did fucked up shit, I paid attention. I also recorded it. When people wanted to give me bad legal advice instead of helping me to turn stuff in, well, they made some big mistakes. I just found a marble. Oh, pretty cool. Now, saying somebody made a big mistake, well, that's because it's a very big mistake. Those mistakes didn't just get Natalie Bollinger killed. We got a lot of other people killed too. Your mistakes. I told these people I needed them to come forward, or these nut jobs were going to try to use the mentally ill tag to pretend I was schizophrenic. I told them that standard police tactics are to do that. I told them that the things that they were telling me, I was being called schizophrenic for saying. They wanted to pretend that I was schizophrenic for saying those things. And these folks didn't want to hear it. They just wanted to argue or talk about themselves. Yeah, big help, guys. Big fucking help. Now, all these folks pissed off at me because their words are on the internet. They tried to get it destroyed. Why is it that they tried to get it destroyed if they were being honest with me. That evidence shows that I told the truth and that they intentionally, knowingly, and willingly withheld evidence and the truth, knowing that I was being abused. Now, in some states, that's okay. In Colorado, you can look away. In Nebraska, you're not allowed to. However, not allowed to is a far cry from the word that you guys want to keep on using. You keep on wanting to say they can't. They can't. Really? They absolutely can if you don't give a shit. They absolutely can. Just like the harassment here in Hood River. If there's something that needs to be done to save somebody's life now, I'll fucking do it now. If calling 911 is going to prevent somebody from fucking bleeding to death, then god damn it, I'm calling 911. Fuck you. And that's the way it should be. I've had quite enough of my loved ones killed. I'd have absolutely enough of it. I'm tired of people killing my friends. I'm tired of people killing my loved ones. People forgot who I was when I wasn't there to wipe their asses anymore. But I still might do my best from all the way the hell out here. That is cool. So, that has the coolest sign ever.
Fucking Hood River, baby.
How do I hold this bastard? Right?
That's all time.
Want a nug, man?
Alright, yeah. Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Merci beaucoup.
There you go. It's not $100, dude, but it gets you high for a little bit.
Well, I won't smoke it tonight because I got to drive if I make $100.
Well, there you go. And if you don't, no big deal. You're going to be stoned, bro.
If you don't, you can pretend you left town.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you can just burn one, dude. It'll feel like you're just in another world for a minute.
Yeah, I had to turn down a bunch of mushrooms tonight. Everybody thought, you know, tonight's a good night for tripping. And then they all wanted to converge on me and go, hey, Sean, thank you, thank you, thank you. You want to eat some mushrooms? I'm like, that's the wrong way to say thank you.
Yeah.
You said thank you. Now that's the right way to say it.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yup.
Thank you is enough.
I hope that bench down there is open. I figure halfway between here and the ice
I don't
cream
know how
shop
good this bitch is going
is
to
the best place to sit there and be away from the big crowds because I'm kind of afraid of people.
It's calling to you right now.
It's what?
That's calling to you right now. That bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be safe. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. Safe travels, brother.
I got a joke for you.
I'd love to.
So I took this hippie home, right? And he was sleeping on my couch. I went over to him. He wasn't paying rent. I'm like, dude, you got to go. He said, namaste.
Those notes are so dense, I couldn't break them up races.
Right.
You know, it's not hassle anybody else. Somebody throwing
I got the coolest sign ever. My beard gets in the way. Hello.
I was enjoying this band conversation.
Somebody gives me a marijuana's. Uh-oh. 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 Alright, I can't do Elmo's voice. Oh. Get almost to my bench. Hello. Also, if you travel enough, eventually you'll run into people who look very eerily familiar. This has only happened to me twice, but I've seen 2 people here in Hood River that looked like people I knew from somewhere else. I did not approach those people because if they're the people I know from somewhere else, I'm not real fond of them. Other than that, I'm pretending I'm not in pain. I did look up how to take out that stent thing that I got. I'm supposed to go to a doctor and have them remove it. But it says all you have to do is snip it and pull on it. So I might as well just snip it and pull on it, right? Although it also says I'm supposed to take 2 showers a day for the first 3 days. And then it'll be removed 7 to 10 days after that. Now, since I'm waiting to find out if I got MRSA, I gotta get a hold of the hospital here anyway, which also sucks. Oh my God, I am sweating. Alright, there's sweat on my phone, which is not cool. See if I can wipe it off without making my phone do something funky. Wow, that breeze feels really good. Well, this ain't exactly entertaining, is it? I suppose I'd if I use my shirt to wipe my sweat, and my shirt gets saturated, and then if I hold it away from my skin for a few seconds, it gets cool. Especially if I allow it to draft by pulling on the bottom of my shirt like this. I make sure the opening in the neck is there, and that allows a little bit of draft to get through. And then I feel like $1,000,000. I still has the bestest sign in the world. It says, "We'll leave Hood River for $100." It also says, "Need gas" on the other side. But I don't need gas. So that would be kind of dishonest. I don't want to be dishonest. I figure it'll take about $100 to get everything taken care of. At least putting the belts on is easy. But it needs to be done pretty quickly, because if it doesn't, especially in this heat, it's going to kill my vehicle quick. All right. Hopefully people are smart enough to cross the street instead of walking by me, right? I think what I'm going to do is take my socks off. They're soaked with sweat and they stink to high heaven. All right, so there are two things that are pretty important when you're homeless. Two things that will very easily save your life. The first one is a pair of socks, a fresh pair of socks. We call them freshies. The second one is a tampon. So, if you encounter a street person, the two things that you should think of, probably before you think of food even, if you want to help out a homeless person, is socks and tampons. Oh my God, my feet would knock a buzzard off a shit wagon. My feet are so bad. My feet are so bad they could gag a maggot. Oh. I feel so much better. I had to wash my socks in the creek, or actually in the Hood River. So I put sand in them and used that as an abrasive. And unfortunately, sand never fully comes out. And as a result, anywhere that's a pressure point inside of my shoes, where it's touched my skin more than other places, applying more pressure than other places, I end up with sores from washing my socks in the creek. Kind of similar to bed sores. I'll show you one of them. Fuck that. Not sure if you can see that. It's not too bad yet. But it's life, right? My other one's getting eaten up on the underside. See if we can. Not exactly pretty. Most of that is just sand, though. See how that dark spot mostly wore away, and now it's just the red part underneath? It's still hot enough out that I can dry out my socks and also allow my feet to dry out as well. Except I just lost one of my socks. Oh man, I feel about as bright as a box of rocks in the shade with the lid closed right now. Where the hell would I have put? Oh, it's on the other side of that. Alright. Anyway, once they're dried out a little bit, you can always, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but always smack it against something like that. Usually like the corner of something so it whips around and smacks hard, and you can knock a lot of the sand grains out, and the more that you can knock out of it, the less abrasive it's going to be, obviously. It looks like the ice cream shop place is pretty well closed and most of their customers are gone, so although I probably won't make $100 tonight, at least I'm not in a big crowd, and when people walk by me, the biggest crowd I'll have to worry about is maybe 6 to 8 people. Whereas down there's about 20 people all standing outside of the same bar, and that's just too much for me. I am itchy all over. That was smart. My shirt's covered in sweat. My hands are covered in foot stink. So I just scratched my shirt and transferred my foot stink to my shirt. Let's see how well it worked. It's pretty odoriferous. Yep. I just succeeded in pulling stupid. Don't worry about it. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the worst of us. Happens to everybody in between. Everyone makes mistakes. I just got to remember not to pick my nose now. Not easy to do, though. I got a pretty big beak. Maybe I'll tell a couple jokes. Try to pass the time. Knock, knock. Who's there? Amos. Amos who? A mosquito bit me. Knock, knock. Who's there? Andy. Andy who? Andy bit me again. Here's one I've already told tonight, but it's one of my favorites. How many cops does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They arrest the bulb for being broke, then beat the room for being black. How many deadheads does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They wait for it to burn out and then follow it around the country for 20 years. Oops. I did it again. Tonight's different than last night. Tonight, people are walking on the other side of the street. They see me, they cross the other side of the street. Smart move. I mean, wow. And it's free parking. I was thinking about walking in my car, but it's a long way there. Maybe I should come out here and put on a dress sometime. I was going to do that for Pride, but I didn't have a dress. We should pick ourselves a fictional character so nobody gets butthurt. Deadpool. Everybody loves Deadpool. Alright, so me and Deadpool were in Huntington Beach, California, right? Now, I got all these ladies macking on me, and Deadpool's like, man, I don't get it. Why you got all these women macking on you, and, you know, I'm getting ignored. You got any tips for me? I said, yeah. Tomorrow, when we come to the beach, you should wear a pair of Speedos. So, of course, the next day he comes with me and he says to me, you know, Sean, I'm wearing Speedos and all the women are looking the other way. You know, they're walking by like I don't exist. I said, all right, Deadpool, here's what you got to do, all right? Tomorrow when we come to the beach, put a potato down your pants. So, of course, the next day, we're at the beach with Deadpool, and he comes up to me and he says, Sean, I don't know what's wrong. All these women are now running away from me like I got the plague. I said, Deadpool, tomorrow when we come to the beach, you need to put the potato down the front of your pants. I don't care who you are. Now that's funny. All right, how many other ones? Oh, here's a really, really bad one, but it's along the same type of jokes. All right, so me and Deadpool, we're out hunting, right? And, you know, we get camp all set up, and Deadpool's got to go to the bathroom. So I tell him, he tells me, all right, Sean, I'm going to the tree yonder, and I'm going to, you know, drop my trousers. I said, all right. I finished setting up camp while he's using the bathroom. See myself a nice 10-pointer. Big old buck. And I draw a bead on it, and I pull the trigger, and I drop it. Right? And I look around, and I'm like, where's Deadpool? You know, he's got to be around here somewhere. No Deadpool. I'm like, well, you know, I got to get down there and quarter it and bring it all back up to camp so it doesn't go bad. I go down there, and I gut it and put all the guts in a bucket and quarter it and all that important stuff. And, of course, as soon as I'm done with that, I go up to camp, and I'm looking for Deadpool, and I got this bucket full of guts. I finally find him with his pants down around his ankles, and he's passed out against a tree. So I take that bucket of pig guts, or sorry, not pig guts, buck guts, and I toss them underneath him and go back to camp, finish up business. About 10 minutes later, Deadpool shows up, right, and he's white as a ghost. And I say to him, well, Deadpool, what's wrong? He said, well, I was at that tree yonder, and I shit my guts out, but with the grace of God and these 2 fingers, I got them all back up there. I'm not sure if that joke is appropriate for anyone, let alone myself. All right. Well, it looks like there's nobody at the ice cream place. So this spot is apparently mine now. Woohoo! Yep. They want to make sure they don't see the sign. But they'll laugh at it from the other side of the road. They always do. Somebody will get curious. And their view is obstructed by like 4 different objects. So they'll have to crane their head to see the whole thing. Oh, no, they're going around the building. I guess they're going to a restaurant. They had a reason to go across the road other than avoiding me. Ah, whoa. There's some big goddamn bugs in this town. Real big. I don't know where that thing landed. I'm just hoping it's not on me. There's a video on my YouTube, one of the scorpions I got here. It was crazy. It wasn't the biggest I've ever seen, but it was ugly. They got little tiny white ones in Nebraska. I ain't never seen them get any bigger than that. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that smacky thingy that I do with my socks. If your wrist hurt, because it hurts. If you got back problems, it's going to hurt. If you got neck problems, it's going to hurt. Kind of the saving grace of it, though, is that you're basically smacking it into an object and having it wrap around it. No, didn't make it last. Oh well. Perhaps next time. Next time, Gadget. Next time. I think I did that wrong though. It's I'll get you, Gadget. Next time, Gadget. Next time. Anybody who was alive in the 80s knows what that cat hissing was from. Dr. Claus. Matt slamming his fist onto his chair. That was the end of every episode. They had go-go gadget gizmos and go-go gadget doohickeys up the wazoo. There was probably even a go-go gadget wazoo itself. God, it's one of them sweltering heats here. It's kind of like in the middle of the summer in Chapel, Nebraska, back before they shut down the feedlot. Or no, not the feedlot, the sale barn. Because Chapel, Nebraska is in a valley. It's an east-west valley, which means that it's an east-west wind draw. And the problem with that is that when on the east end of the town you have the feedlot, and then on the west end of the town you got the sale barn, and both are always in operation, and both of them have livestock constantly pooping. That means 98% of the time all you smell is shit and piss from bovine grossness. So itchy. What the fuck? I hate this. But I'll survive it. One thing that's also strange to me here is how many people wear dresses. I am not used to seeing people wear dresses. Chapel, Nebraska is mostly a ladies' pants kind of thing, unless you're going to church. And then it's a formal dress jacket and a formal dress skirt. So dresses, like sundresses, not usually. The closest you get is a cheerleader's uniform, or if you're at a school where you play tennis in Western Nebraska, I suppose. But we didn't have that in Chapel. And in Boulder, like, yeah, I mean, kind of, sort of people wore dresses, but usually it was just the sporty type. You know, people who'd rather just throw on some jeans and a t-shirt and call it good. And there's a lot of folks like that here too. So it's not like everybody here who's female is wearing a dress. Not trying to insinuate that at all. Just wanted to make sure I say that, because a lot of people want to twist my words into something they ain't. And I know they're going to do it anyway, but it's important for the preservation of human life to make sure I'm as honest as humanly possible. I've had to be dishonest on a couple occasions to try to get a court date. It didn't work. They had kangaroo court without me. It was beautiful. All right. Close enough. Make sure everybody can read my sign. Yeah, my hands stink. I gotta find a bathroom, wash them up. Oh, wow. There's definitely a pus pocket in the bottom of my left foot. Well, I picked a good place to not get messed with. Oh, yes. Also, I ran into Mike today. That was cool. He's got to be to Eugene tomorrow, and then he's going to fight some fires. Very cool. He didn't get his truck fixed because he had to order a couple of parts because there's a break between the manifolds. So before he goes, he's got to put it all back together at least well enough to make sure that it stays clean on the inside. So he won't be tightening everything down to specification. He'll just be making sure that it's in place. So he wasn't able to help with finding a place for Andrew's stuff, but I did get a cool picture of the truck that he was talking about. The house truck. I think I'm going to post it on Facebook in a few minutes because it's really cool. Also, I could probably leave on less money than $100. I'm just not sure. But then, oh God, that sucks. Mosquitoes. God, I need to stop scratching myself. My whole body's gonna smell like feet. Probably already does. Fucking, I'm taking this fucking shirt off. It's too goddamn hot. Alright, I guess there are still some ice cream goers out. Oh my God, it feels good to stretch. I think it would feel even better to get a shower. You wash your clothes in the creek. It all ends up with sand in it. Anakin would hate it. The wind blew it over, so it said need gas instead of we'll leave town for $100. And obviously, I also got some free weed. That happens a lot. Most of the time I turn it down. Not always, though. It's everything else here that people offer me that I gotta turn down all the damn time. Oh, I don't want mushrooms. How did I find out Andrew still had some of those mushrooms left this morning? Well, he asked me if I wanted any, and I told him no.
Howdy.
Hello.
I'm gonna make that now. Sorry. Have a good night.
That's all right. Thank you very much. Should I have been mean to her for not being rude? Should I have been mean to her for not having any money? I mean, people sure seem to think it's okay to be rude and mean to me for not having any money. There's also the people who help, and I am extremely grateful for them. Alright, I should probably put this back on. Now I'd go try to make some money because I do want to get out of this town. I'm supposed to go to the Dalles apparently and go talk to a detective at the state patrol office there, apparently. I'm also supposed to talk to a lady from the Department of Health and Human Services, I believe. Actually, I might end this video and we'll start another one. I'm fairly certain I should probably start another one. Sure, I got everything I need. Now that I smell like feet, time to go into public. You know how this works. It's good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. And remember, you are your brother's keeper. No victim left behind.